Dave Grohl does that a lot. You'll see.
I'll see those videos, and I love them.
Where they're like, they got the fucking, whether it's whatever instrument,
Have you seen the one when he falls off the stage?
Yeah,
I like that one more.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like I always thought like me and Dave Grohl. If we knew each other, we'd have like a weird relationship.
Really?
Like, yeah, because it's
Complicated.
it's just like some of the shit he says or does. It's like it's so stupid.
He just seems like
or
a
it's
cool dude, though. Like
he seems like a cool dude, but it's one of those cool dudes where you're just like,
shut up.
yeah, shut up for a minute.
Let's talk about that naked kid on the Nevermind.
Yeah, yeah. What the fuck's going on with that? Yeah. Why did you guys even agree to this? And you only held out $1, like the guy on the fucking commercial. He's like, "Oh, you almost had it. You almost had." He's the one standing outside the fucking pool. Yeah. You almost had it, but he's a lot younger than this. Holy shit! It all comes together. It all comes together, dude.
Where did that start? I don't remember where that spiraled real fast.
Yeah, spiraled
Harpo's.
Yeah, Harpo's. Yeah.
Anyways,
Harpo's is one of those iconic venues, though.
Yeah, I heard it's gotten better. We played there for that Michigan Metal Fest.
Or the Detroit Metal Fest.
Yeah.
Did you guys play there for that?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's seen you guys there.
Did you guys?
We weren't really like talking much then.
Oh, I see how it is.
Yeah.
I heard it was a dud.
The only good thing that came out of that show was I got to go tour Europe for a little bit.
Oh.
I got asked to fill in for a band and go tour.
Which band?
You just don't. Just don't.
Which band?
Dead Eyes Always Dreaming.
Oh.
I told him not to.
Oh.
I walked into it.
So my experience with that fuckhead Spencer was never very good. He was such a fucking pompous cunt. Like, as far as for a dude, he was a pompous cunt.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that dude. I don't even care what the fucking shit was with him being a sex offender and all this shit. He was still a fucking pompous asshole.
Yeah, no, that was
hated
like
that
it
dude.
was such a fucked up thing, like because none of that was a thing, and I had known him. I haven't heard about that at that time.
No, of course not. Nobody can hold that against you either.
And he was he was always like really cool with me, and like it was
but he was not cool with local bands. I'll tell you.
Yeah,
that
no.
much.
Well, the thing is, and like, 'cause I'll call it as I see it. Like because he put up the money. He put up the money to get his band onto these tours.
Oh,
and they were
of
like
course.
playing shows that I was like, dude, I wish, because they did the Europe tour a year before that.
It costs money to get on these.
Oh,
fucking
you
tours.
just spend money. Which, because if you have the money, you can, you need the connections too. But that's not hard to get. You got the money.
You got the money,
and
it does cost money to get there, and that's another thing we should get into. But
so he talked to me about filling in, and I was like, absolutely, yeah, I want to go to Europe. 2 weeks with 6 feet under on a tour bus, everything, meals, whatever. I sleep on the bunk. Yeah, absolutely. And, So I said,
I just want to play those shows.
Yeah, and it was like 4 months away when I agreed, and like 2 months in, all that shit came out. And I'm like, oh my god, I already bought my plane ticket to and from Europe, and I'm like, this is fucked. I'm talking to Amber, like, what do I do? You want to disassociate yourself with that as soon as possible. But then, as soon as as it came out, like, I got a call, and they're like, he's not going. And I was like, okay, like, does that make it better? But I never said nothing because they weren't saying nothing. And but like it was 2 months of not knowing, no communication between them either. But I had my ticket, so I was always like, what's gonna happen? What am I doing? And I like talked to them the day before, and I was like, I'm going. I'll take the heat, like.
So you went?
Yeah, I went because
who was drumming?
They had so their guitar
Alec,
player,
right?
Alec, yeah,
Alec.
He played on that tour, and he was amazing. And like nothing, like he was.
Did you just play with one less guitarist?
Yeah, one less guitar player.
Right.
Yep.
Did you do backing tracks for the other rhythm, or just one less guitar?
No, it was like
So it was bass filling in for any solo work. Bass was yeah.
And I never met with them before that.
And you
tour.
were playing. I'm sorry again.
I play guitar, but on that tour I played bass.
You played bass for them.
Yeah.
So you were holding on the bass as they were doing any sort of solo work that there was.
Yeah. And so I mean, and what it inevitably ended up being was the last of Dead Eyes Always Dreaming, because that was like they were all done before that tour started.
Oh yeah, but
Like we were all like,
tour
we're
was
going
there.
to Europe. The tour's booked. They were saying that, you know, like it was, and then it came back and it ended up, you know, falling apart, ending, you know, so
Right.
it was like a shitty, like, because it was like a, you know, it's one of those things. Hey, this is your chance to go to Europe, see some places, playing music,
Yes.
venues.
Yes.
It was such a,
No.
you know, but at that point, it was
He
like
wasn't there though.
no, yeah, and that helps, you know, like, but at the same time, I mean, it's not like but dude, I wouldn't turn that down. That was
No.
a for me thing. And
Yeah.
I went there, made friends. It was the time of my life, you know. I got to meet Chris Barnes and watch him side stage.
Oh
every
yeah,
night,
dude.
You know?
I would go too. Like it's like, well, if we can figure it out, Alec can hold down the drums, and we just go like, let's do it. Like,
Yep. And it was very like crazy
again,
because it was
everybody knew that. Like you said, everybody said it was ending. So it's like, let's just fucking do this so we can play these shows. Get that fucking
I mean,
experience.
anybody who's ever played in a local band would be pretty hard pressed to say that they wouldn't want to do the same thing.
no, that was my
Right.
chance. I'll probably never
So-
go again. Like that's a goal.
Yeah.
Now I know the people, and now I know, like, you know, get $4,000, buy yourself onto a national tour out there. You know,
Yeah.
15 days. I mean, and that's it. It's $4,000. Like it's.
yeah,
I'll do it
costs
again.
money.
Like
It costs money. to get there.
$1,000 I spend on, you know, not that I have it all the time, but
Well,
like
when you got,
tax
like-
return or something,
You
every
got like
member
4 members in a band at least
goes
most of the
fucking
time.
Europe.
Most of the time,
But that's the
$4
struggle.
grand.
That's
That's thousand
yep.
a member.
That's the struggle though between any band.
Yeah,
It's
it's
getting
getting
anybody like,
all the
oh, I need
members.
$20 for merch or something, and like.